Onivia, League of Legends highlights.
Is a lot of power in the hands of Docdarm, which I guess we're not too worried about.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you're really banking on Docdarm carrying like crazy, but you also get a lot of safety and control fight here. Oh, hold that thought.
Okay, a bit of a battle.
Overextension here by Doran, that was scary.
Did get the Ignite out from Rich, so that means that the 1v1 potential at 6 is not going to be as powerful, theoretically, as another fight has broken out around this Dragon Pit. Kellen does have that Grey Health available, but he's surrounded by KT members, and the First Blood will go over to the Rumble. Make that a double. Welcome back, Blank. Thank you so much for showing up at the nick of time for Summer, and that is going to be the 3rd kill for KT. One going over to no much in this early stage. So looking forward to seeing what Dove can get done further forward as Blank has found Gori. He finds a gold card, but the Flame Spitter gets so much value.
Yeah.
And they're trying to chase him down. Harpoon's going to connect there, and he had no flash. He was always going to go down. Blank, it was just a matter of time.
Feels like
now
some
Peanut
nerves to turn that gank into, the Rumble rotation up there we saw into, potentially an extra kill for Rich, where he actually gets to push a little bit. So he's just kind of been sitting there farming under Jace.
Well, there's a flash face breaker. If at first you don't succeed, but Gori, now underneath his turret, it was a good flash. Haymaker comes through though, and that's the 3rd kill going over to Blank. Rich, yeah, gets into the mist, but it ain't exactly what he wants. The Ignite ticking down, but it's just not going to do anything as Dove very
one of the big moments, obviously in the early parts of the game. Blank once again terrorizing the map.
Yeah.
Rich doesn't have flash.
He certainly does not, as he throws down some needlework, but unfortunately, he's just trying to make a sweater that he can wear in the Death Chamber.
And there's 2 control wards on the map, to try to prevent this from happening, and yet still he gets caught, right? He's trying to actually clear that vision out in the river. In the one moment where he actually had prio, the one time he gets punished. Blank is everywhere he needs to be this whole game, 5-0 and 2.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Zeus is in a bit of trouble here. Does get himself the Aftershock. There's Docdarm looking for the kill, but Zeus is actually going to be able to walk away. Showstopper in once again. Damage onto 3. Is Gori going to be taken down? No, I maybe didn't need to flash there, but I ain't going to be too worried about it if I'm KT, because they are ability to snowball effectively from good laning phases is just so scary.
Look at the damage charts here. As Gori dies.
No, yep, that is a very, very dead Twisted Fate.
Gori has
Showstopper will do it.
Gori has the most damage for Nongshim because he's hitting a set in lane. That's total damage we just took a look at there, game-wide. And it's because Rich, Peanut, they haven't had any impact in team fights. So it's like not really fair to judge their form anymore. And Gori, he said he was nervous, right? And he's going to die potentially a 5th time here.
Yep, True Shot Barrage not going to be able to find the Twisted Fate, and at least he's able to walk out of the way of that one. Just a little bit too much movement speed, I guess, so Dove not wanting to go after him. As he's happy just to sit in that side lane as the rest of KT are just going to get that siege on. The entire outer ring has been taken down, I believe, by KT, or will in a few moments, as Dove is dealing with that bottom outer turret.
And here's the Rift Herald to get this inner turret in the mid lane, and potentially even a charge on that inhibitor turret if they make a play here. Not going to happen.
Yeah, Doran actually spotting out Rich, making sure that he wasn't able to get in with the flank. You saw exactly what he wanted to do, but wasn't from the logo. It does not exist anymore.
That's true.
And maybe what that has done is put KT firmly on the rails. There is no opportunity to leave them. They don't exist anymore. And maybe that's just the new look that we've got. And as I say it, I cast a cursor immediately. Dove actually lasting a very long time, as you can see. Docdarm almost dying. Kellen not actually available. Okay, never mind. It's a 1-for-1 trade in the end.
Oh man, no.
Don't worry about it.
Well, I mean, look, this is the besides
the baddies are everywhere. Rich is in so much trouble. Noah actually didn't realize that he was up.
Mountain Soul guy now, I think, slightly debunked, maybe.
Yep, I think I'm only Infernals and Mountains though so far. Haven't had any real weather-based Drakes. They've been all terra firma.
That's a good sign.
I'm okay with it. It's a bit of a difference.
Okay, Dove, once again, they're trying to punish him here.
Yeah, Kellen also discovering a couple of KT members in the river. Dredgeline not going to connect onto the Tom Kench, but Zeus maybe now a little bit out of position. The Destiny to come forward. Oh my god, where did he go? Docdarm just explodes. It is traded, but that's going to be the support going down. There is so much damage still here for KT, but can they actually chase this one down is the question. Noah is saying yes. Gori getting taken down low. These Mystic Shots really starting to hurt, but the Devour is going to be there, and it's still pretty cool.
Yeah. And we won't watch the other replay.
Yeah, that's because we've got Dove once again fighting 3 people. This time he'll be successful if at first you don't succeed. We were talking about this before. It was in the case of Dove as well. This time he's actually able to lock down the kill.
For example, around an objective fight, we're just not even seeing objectives challenged. Oh no.
Well, Blank getting turned on. However, he's able to turn it himself. Peanut gonna have to run out of there, and he's gonna do so once again. Dr. visits the death chamber. It's exactly not where he wants to be. That equalizer left a little bit to be desired, but it doesn't really matter. It feels like Blank can basically spell out his name with it if he feels like it, and things will still go well for KT.
Yeah, I think so. And I mean, at this stage, you don't have the main damage for Nongshim. They can't contest this Baron. Absolutely no chance of that. So you just go in and you take it. There's no way for Peanut to get anywhere near this to steal it. Obviously not going to happen, so you get this for free. I mean, yeah, it's a tough Baron. It's not going to be the quickest clear at 24 minutes, but you have no one to fight against you. You have nothing to worry about. You have nothing to fear. So you get a free... Something's weird. Doran's got to know, okay, this doesn't make any sense.
I don't know what we're waiting for. We're waiting for the Drake to go down first. Nongshim's still waiting. Still waiting. Doran. Oh, he is actually going to buy. Oh, man. If I was Doran, I'd be like, how long were they there? They gave up the Drake for that? Oh, no. Yep. I mean, he's down there trying to get some work done, of course. You do a fair bit of damage to turrets as Diana. She's pretty good at actually split pushing. However, not going to be here to try and help the rest of the team. The inhibitor turret's going to go down pretty comfortably. And, was that a Mystic Shot and a Shock Blast or just a Shock Blast? I'm not entirely sure, but Dr. is very, very dead.
A lot of poke. I think it was the Shock Blast.
Oh, the dredge line was beautiful. Zeus threading the needle right there. Rich might be taking notes as the showstopper comes on in. Haymaker for a bit of extra shielding. Rich goes golden for the moment, but the last auto is going to be easily enough there from from Noah. And KT, this could just be it right here. They do have a lot of siege damage as well with the Jace available, and Noah just says goodbye to Gori. Welcome to the LCK. This is your first game. KT going to be able to take it pretty comfortably as well, as Dr. just flashing onto his own fountain. The Nexus will be taken, and KT, despite everything that had been said about scrims, about whisperings,
KT could take some pages out of Nongshim's book here in terms of their top lane, the Diana jungle we're going to see once again. But the Ezreal comp feels the more well-rounded yet again. You have
utilize the Rift Herald in order to throw it towards the bottom side of the map. Like possibly grab some plates here as Dr. manages to get the money there. Also,
this is actually like the most value you can get out of everything here.
Yeah,
all at
worked
once.
for it really well.
But, you know, it obviously slows down your Drake advantage that you're going to have from this first one, but still, they got the Herald, they got all the plate gold from that, they put it into Duckdom.
You know, doing double duty with the magic resistant feels real good.
Okay, this is...
Somehow that skill shot missed. That's an odd one, but there is going to be Chains of Corruption. That connects really nicely as there's the flash on forward, and Noah says absolutely not. Prowler's Claw to come in, and KT answering back on the bottom side. Kellen will make it out, but Dr. definitely not so lucky.
I mean, there's a lot to...
No, teleports come in though, and KT, unfortunately, just caught with their pants down a little bit. The perfect execution there from Gori. A beautifully executed double kill. And I know, you know, it's a bit redundant, but that's what the ability's called. It's not my fault. As now Doran towards the top side. And Rift Maker now completed for Doran though, so you know, KT wanting to try and utilize it, and they didn't fall nearly as...
or the Mythic rather first oftentimes. And
yeah, it's like both of the items have so much synergy, but Mythic is just very strong as Kellen has to flash. Dove in with the teleport alongside Doran, but now they have no teleports available. Dr. needs to get his eye in just a little bit as True Shot Barrage goes wide. Gori is now in his shroud, but now diving on back, thinks that the work's been done. It's a really nice showstopper though, and the Akali is shut down. The flash on forward from Peanut though, and he's just slapping on as many KT members as he can find. Goes golden as the set goes down. It was almost so cool from Gori, and then he was snatched out of the sky like a football.
He does get taken down, but he does his job, right? He actually absorbs the showstopper, right? That's one of the big CCs, one of the big moments, you know, that you can maybe try to turn a team fight with. And he is basically peeling and preventing anyone from getting on top of Duckdom, who actually sits back and does a massive amount of damage.
Now, the Cloud Drake is going to be taken down. First Cloud Soul of the LCK thus far.
It feels like Gori is like out for vengeance on Dove. He's teasing him non-stop. He's threatening him. If Dove actually is able to catch Gori there and showstopper him back into the team, that's a totally different story.
Those ultis to the bank, they were respecting Rich a lot in that moment. They did have to press some R buttons.
Like, when KT's grouped up as 5 here, they're like, Blank, please have the sickest ultimate ever, or else.
All right, Dredgeline onto Peanut, but he's happy to tank. Able to flash out of the way here as Showstopper onto Rich. He doesn't have much of an R bar because he utilized it before, and that is the piercing arrow to come down onto the Gnar. Doran now goes golden, flashes out as that's the first kill for Gory. Still has a large health bar to work with. But the rest of KT trying to back away. 1-for-1 thus far. Jungle for the top lane, and it does mean that this Cloud Soul an opportunity for Nongshim because they're the ones that do have a smite. Peanut now just trying to allow his health bar to go back up again.
There's the ult coming out from the Ezreal. Peanut just wants to hit that back line.
These piercing arrows do start to hurt, but every one of them that misses is fantastic. Use for Nongshim as in goes Gory. This time, he does have himself the stopwatch. It is a steal away on the Drake. Manages to take down the Karma as well, but Doxarm able to lock down Doran pretty comfortably, and now only 2 members left on the side of KT. Peanut still alive as well. I don't know whether Nongshim should necessarily go towards a Baron. That is where they're stepping.
If they can clear out this vision and get vision on Noah rotating in, I think they can still do it, though. I mean, Dogdom is so insanely fed at this point in time. He's just going to hit his Qs and Ws over and over and over again. Rich is here.
Yeah, put it back in.
They have vision on Noah here as he rotates in. That's all you're really worried about. They get the full Scryer's Bloom. Like, I think this is reasonable.
Yeah, Rich now stacking up that Gnar bar and can do so. It's getting up pretty quickly.
Yeah,
they're holding on to the Baron. This is actually really beautifully done. The timing here with Rich as well, just to make sure that he can stand vigil. The Gnar should be available into this wall as well. He crushes on in. The Baron goes down. A couple of kills there. It's a huge overstep for KT. And Nongshim should be bringing us to a game 3.
Yeah, I mean, to continue to be in the game at all feels like an overstep for KT. They had a fantastic team fight. They had their best fight, their one chance around that Drake fight. They prevent the Soul from going over, but they still lose the extended fight. They lose the Baron. Beautifully handled by Nongshim to control that vision, and now they're just looking for anything they can find, but this is the end of the game.
I don't know, Peanut just must be so incredibly tasty. Everyone seems to be going way too far in. However, Doran does manage to lock down the Ezreal very comfortably, and that just shows he's tanky if there's, you know, physical damage, but this is a lot of magic damage coming out of Doran, so certainly able to lock him down.
Rich is like,
also relatively low as Rich now very close to Mega, and Doran in a bit of trouble now. Okay, he gets thrown back to relative safety. Zeus now making his way in as well. Gory finally going to turn up, and you can cue the yakety sax.
Yeah. I mean, let's not get too excited because that was a, you know, that was a Gwyn and a Set fighting against a fighting against a Carmen and Udyr. Like, it's like, oh, can they win this one? Like, maybe.
Oh, Rich. Okay, hops on over. Does find Doran. Here we go. We do have some ultis flying forward though, as the needlework is real good. Gary now just says, I am the better. I have the Herald holder, or the Rift Maker holder.
Possibly fine. We're watching this again for some reason too.
Yep. But we do have another team fight as well, as Doran is feeling real strong at this point in time, and he's going to demonstrate that against this Gnar. In goes Gory. He's going to try and do what he can also, but has to get himself all the way out of there. The Shuriken backflip does it in KT. They restabilize with 5 members, and without Rich now is Nongshim. True shot barrage. Doran, of course, able to avoid the damage.
Yep, just was able to prevent that one from coming through. They're a man up right now, KT. I mean, if they can have another great engage, and I guess the Void Staff is really helping Doran come online here, suddenly you have a real game on our hands here, actually.
Yeah, we certainly do.
I mean, they didn't get the Soul. It's a Cloud Soul anyways, so it's not, you know, the most sought after, but KT, they keep getting picks like this, and suddenly the whole game's open.
Depth charge now on cooldown, but still.
Peanut gets a blue.
Yep, he's still Udyr, as it turns out. But we do have that Cloud Soul available for Nongshim in a few seconds' time. KT with the availability of denying that one yet again, but it's not the hugest of priority.
Oh, stopping the backs here. Peanut is so... he's not afraid of anything. This is actually rough.
Doran trying to move that circle around and throws out the needles, but now doesn't have that ulti. And Nongshim should be able to head towards this Drake and lock down the Cloud Soul. Cloud Soul, very, very good for this team. Rich is going to be out of close distance after getting that Gnar off. in order to make sure he can get those wallops.
You get hit by an Nautilus hook. I mean, these things should not happen if you're positioned correctly, but if you get hit by any of that, you've got to get out of jail free card now.
Yep, I do like it actually. Possibility of the QSS flash to avoid a lot of this is Doran throwing around his circle a little bit here as, oh no, Zeus just completely put out of position, and now Rich decides he wants to go in, only finds one with the ultimate. The wallop is fantastic. Blank just trying to go in, trying to do something because he knows they're out of position, but it's not going to be enough. And now Docdom just fighting front to back here. Doran, can he do it again? As he does find Docdom in the backline, but he goes golden. Docdom deals with the rest of the team, and it's just not quite enough here. Doran was so heroic through so much of this game, but now Nongshim looking to taxi these minions towards the inhibitor turret and take down the Nexus.
I mean, Peanut came and popped his Banshee's Veil right away at the beginning of the fight too, so he didn't even have that. He survived for so long regardless. But it feels like KT Rolster in this second game, a two-man team. It's Doran and Noah just getting the most work done, but Doran's the last to fall. Yeah, Nongshim are bringing us to our first third game here, and I'm not shocked. You know, after that first game, I think a lot of people were very high on KT Rolster, but they had such a massive lead. How do you lose a game like that? In game 3, they're going to go coming through. The first time in a very long time here in the LCK. We played jungle, and it does give you a lot of stability in terms of team fights later on. If you can weather the storm in the early game, Peanut's farm, and like game 1, Peanut is just kind of sitting back, hoping for opportunities like this one.
Yeah, well, there's the gnaw back as Parallel Convergence comes down. Doran's going to get stunned up, and he's well and truly dead. That's first blood going over to Rich. It almost looked silly with the wallop placement, but we ain't going to judge him. The results speak for themselves. As speaking of results, that is going to be an equalizer down, but going to deter him whatsoever as he pushes another wave towards this turret. 30 CS is his lead, as Laning Phase certainly working out for him. Control ward cleared out by Blank in this 2v2. True Shot Barrage lands over both of the bot lane, and the Justice Punch misses. That's going to mean the end of the Kai'Sa. The sidestep from Docdom. Zeus has to flash as it's a decent sidestep there on the Zenith Blade. And
all right, well, we might actually see a Drake taken. Both teams seem to be allergic in this game, but Nongshim have enough control over the bottom side of the map right now, as KT look to group up for that next Rift Herald that spawns in 10. The actual window for Nongshim to actually steal this Drake away was pretty thin, but they made it happen.
Well, Vanguard's Edge now onto Rich. He's looking to try and escape from this one. Manages to get the hop, but it's not going to be enough. Doran with the solo kill. This is the power of the Aurelia. Hits level 11 and takes down the Gnaw.
Yeah, that's one of those, you know, Blade of the Ruin King moments too. You have the spike, you have this opportunity to look for a solo kill like that. It's part of the reason why she builds it first in these moments. You have that blow-up potential, and the second you see Nongshim are grouped on the bottom side of the map, sure, you lose the first Drake at 15 minutes, the Ocean Drake, but you're going to get a ton of side lane control. Like, look at where he is.
Well, here's the showstopper, but sometimes there's a Galio lying in wait. The flash is going to be used, but Gory, I think, is still just going to die. It's going to take him a while, though, and instead he just walks away. This is, of course, a support Galio. Noah turns up in the nick of time, flashes on over. That's the last couple of raindrops to take him down. That is going to be enough. Very close there, as Gory almost made it out, but not going to be so lucky. And KT, about a 2,000 gold lead now.
Yeah, and at the same time, you know, Doran was pushing the top side, was able to steal the Krugs away, and this is when the comp really starts to come online. Look at the wards across the map for KT.
Oh, yeah, top.
This is actually the calls coming from Doran.
Yeah.
And he's a strong silent type.
In the meantime, Peanut gets a solo kill on Dove.
To execute, and they're doing it well. Now, the game is not over. They have a significant gold lead, but, you know, Nongshim have a kill lead. They have Drake advantage. But it feels like KT could pull this off.
Ooh, solo play comes down. Parallel Convergence for the double stun. Very nice. Noah already taken down. Docdom was tanking up the turret, and that actually worked out beautifully for them. Not able to take down the Galio as well, as now Gari is going to have to deal with the fact that this Rift Herald is taking his turret. Nice avoidance on the Harpoon. That is going to mean that Gori is going to be able to stay very, very safe. It is going to be a trade, though, 1-for-1, and they get the kill. So Nongshim pretty happy with the bleed, and I think that Nongshim understand it. They're not going to contest this. It is going to be the Infernal Soul this time around. It's going to take a while to get there.
Might actually snipe Noah when you do use that combo. Here is the group up. We are actually finally going to get a team fight this game, straight up.
Yeah. Gari is actually quite a long way away from this one. Doran's going to turn up well and truly in time. As it's only 4 members of Nongshim here. Okay, Gori able to get himself over to the side, and Peanut locks down the Drake quite comfortably. There's the flash forward as Doran trying to go aggressive. The heroic entrance comes in for the showstopper to bring out the Akali. Gori is buying a lot of time, but what is the rest of the team doing? Not quite able to augment him at all, and Peanut has to take the blast cone. Does it alongside Rich. Not going to troll him in this instance, but that's 2 swift kills in trade for the Infernal Drake.
And that's what we're talking about with this composition. You can, once you just pull the trigger, it's like taking the throttle and putting it from 0 to 10 in one moment. You go in, you Vanguard's edge in, you have the paranoia, you can just simply collapse in, and Nongshim are going to struggle in those moments if they can't react quickly enough. And sure, you go over the line, you get the Drake, which is quite critical, but the consequence is you lose 2 members, and now you're probably going to lose a Baron.
Yeah. Wondering, you know, what sort of happened there to Nongshim, but we're going to have to hold that thought as Rich has to get himself out. Still, they are going to deny the Baron for the moment. 4-4 is the kill score. 2,000 gold the lead for KT. Still, it feels like this lead has really not taken too much of a change as Peanut diving on over. He's going to stop some backs here. Does not have the ultimate. That just came off cooldown in that moment, and that is going to make Peanut look a little bit silly. Yeah,
he just barely, he flashed because I think he thought maybe that was going to save him for 1 second, then he'd have it, but he doesn't have it. The timing there is really awkward for Peanut, and this is, again, the worst possible time to lose your jungler is when another Baron threat might come through. They're going to clear this so quickly. Pings go down as Noah's like, yo, I'm starting this. Blank's here. And Nongshim, they can't fight this. Paranoia's coming back up. Like, this is a lose-lose situation for Nongshim. You gotta hope and pray.
Yeah, and they have to try and avoid this turn as well as the equalizer comes down. Vanguard's edge doesn't find a lot of joy as Paranoia finally comes in. Gori actually doing some decent work as the Haymaker eventually comes in. It's the double kill for Doctom as Kellen is buying a lot of time. Rich is going to save him. No, not quite. As Gori's going to turn up now. Dove with no spell shield though. Has to flash to get himself out of the way. That Mystic Shot is not going to land, and KT, they mess up the turn, and Nongshim still alive.
They mess up the turn, and Doctom is able to do an insane amount of damage. You're hoping, you're praying this Nongshim, you do get the fight you're looking for. You do have that miracle exchange, and now they're going to be able to take a Baron here. Watch, okay, we're going to go a little bit far back here to this Drake fight. You step over the line, you get the smite, sure, as Peanut, but that's when you go into a choke on your way out. Vanguard's edge is going to get so much value. Doctom can't do anything here. You see in live the Baron, in this particular case, felt like a little bit all over the place on that Baron fight.
Yeah, parallel convergence coming down here as Peanut just off on the flank. This should be able to guarantee the outer turret in the mid lane, and in the meantime, Rich is able to split on this top side. The Baron up minions just really difficult for KT to absorb. They don't have a lot of wave clear with this composition, right, as Blank is going to get slowed down, but the Zenith Blade is going to miss. Talon's going to have to back away. Rich rotating over, seeing whether he can get into position for a potential 5v5.
All you got to do as Nongshim right now is stay grouped. Don't let anybody go off on the side. You don't want to be pushing 2 lanes in this case with this composition because you will get caught, you will get punished. You just want to stay grouped as 5 and push the mid with those empowered minions. Probably not going to be able to get an inhibitor here, unfortunately, just the nature of the beast against this composition from KT, but they're looking for it.
Yeah, we'll have to see. It's going down very, very quickly here as Doctom with a couple of autos is going to be able to do so.
Doran is on another planet right now, by the way. He teleported all the way to the back.
That is one massive Blank. I don't know whether he's going to get here in time, though, as the chrono break has to get Peanut out of there. Blank not going to be dead just yet, and yes, that huge Blank is coming on through. Oh, the equalizer. I feel like it could have been so much better than that, as the Paranoia is pressed. But, you know, you have to have vision.
Doctom, yeah, you have to have vision. Doctom realized very quickly what was going on, backed away there. They realized, okay, somebody's missing. Okay, it's Doran. There's got to be a flank. It was a wide flank, too. It's very deep. You can actually see which ward he teleported onto. It's on the Raptor camp just north of the mid lane there. The base stats are pretty good. Damage. Yeah. I mean, all she's got is Blade, Steel Caps, and the Locket.
Yep. Also on theme, love it.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Iron Solari. She, of course, has an Iron Solari skin. Oh, brilliant. Love it when a plan comes together. As Doran thinking about an opportunity to go in. Paranoia once again pressed. Heroic entrance. This is the wombo that we were waiting for, but the knockup not quite there onto Doctom. He gets into the stopwatch, and now he's still trying to get out. Dove finds another fear as Blank gets over the wall. Can Peanut be the hero, though, is the question. It's a triple kill for the Aurelia. Rich is at full health, as Doran goes down into his GA. Dub trying to run away as Peanut gets a bunch of health back. It's KT with the man advantage, but it just doesn't feel like they have the damage. And Bridge just locks down Doran and sends him to the death chamber. It's a double kill on the back end. It's a bit of a disaster, but it's fun
it really
to watch.
is. Dove has his Guardian Angel still up as well, but defending this is not going to be easy. He's going to have to deal with 2 pushes here. This might actually very well be just 2 inhibitors down. Dove's going to have to press the go button. He doesn't have Paranoia here. And he's just struggling to close the gap here on these ranged champions. And, I mean, actually hit as well. The Nongshim actually crushed this fight, and even still.
Yeah, Peanut looking for the stun, doesn't quite find it, but the position is still good. Equalizer goes down defensively. The chrono break, though, means that Peanut's going to be absolutely fine and makes it out as well, and they are just sniping Noah every single time. Dove this time stays in the fight, but it wasn't what he wanted to do. The GA is going to be burnt, his life as well. And now Nongshim, they can go back to the Baron if they would like to, but maybe they're thinking about going for a bit of a victory. Gary, you can see, still just hanging around here in the base.
This composition just doesn't work when you're behind like this and there's waves pushing down onto your Nexus turrets, right? But if there's wave control on the map non-stop, this comp just really struggles to do anything as KT Rolster.
Yeah, and it's just Nongshim not wanting to waste any time. 2-man Nargis to throw people away, but it's a lot of damage being done by Doran before he ultimately is just going to fall down blank. He's gone gold and he's going to see his death as the second Nexus turret will follow the first. The Nexus goes down, and Nongshim, we were singing their praises at the beginning of the series, and at the end of Game 3, I guess it comes to fruition, but KT made them work for it.
They certainly did. It was